Good day to all of you. If you still have not beaten Monster Hunter Wilds, or you have friends that are looking to get a better idea what to craft during their progression, this will be the perfect guide for you. There will not be any story spoilers or discussions, however, due to the nature of this guide, it's impossible for me to avoid monster spoilers. Before we start, I want to explain to you what you will get out of this video. You will get a weapon and armor progression guide from low rank to high rank up to the start of the end game of Monster Hunter Wilds with as little grinding as possible. The focus primarily lies on sword and shield. With that being said, let's get this show on the road and make sure to subscribe for future videos. In low rank, the second you can farm ore, you want to take a quick field trip in order to grab some easy upgrades. We want to exchange our starter weapon with the ore tree sword and shield and the full alloy set. You can also mix the alloy set with any other parts that you can naturally craft for pure defense, which you might want when fighting the big bad Doshaguma, which I do recommend you should farm for his full set. We don't need any rare items for that, and it rewards getting a clash with monsters with an attack buff, has high defense, and also makes you save, consumes with the free meal skill. Soon after giving Winnie the Pooh a lesson, we will face off against the imposing Thunder Dragon Ray Dao, though he shouldn't be that hard with our current gear. If you have the time, try to attack his wings to break them, so you have a chance to immediately craft the Ray Dao sword and shield. It's a strong raw upgrade with a ton of green sharpness and 1 point of offensive guard to boost your attack by 5% for 12 seconds every time you block an incoming attack. A few quests later, you will be able to mine even better ores, allowing us to upgrade the ore tree sword and shield once again to boost our attack even further. You might notice a trend in what we select for which weapons we go for. In general, it will be the best to focus on draw and sharpness for the majority of the time. This will also be the last low rank upgrade. Later, you can craft the Guardian Rathalos sword and shield, but that's completely optional as it's not a big jump in DPS. We will not change anything for a few quests, only close towards the end of low rank you can optionally farm the Guardian Ebony Odogaron set. It will be another decent bump in defense, but you can alternatively just upgrade your armor. If you decide to go for it, you will want to skip the waist and get the rest of the set, unless you happen to snipe the rare Odogaron plate. Burst is an insanely good skill for sword and shield, which gives you a lot of attack whenever you continuously hit the monster, and is quite easy to keep up with sword and shield. Your first encounter with Guardian Arkveld and one final boss fight later, we're now in high rank. Congrats to making it here, and let's keep it up, shall we? By the way, if you enjoyed the video so far, please make sure to subscribe. Since we're now in high rank, we can finally grab even better ores. Who wants to fight monsters when you can go out on the map and just smash a few ore veins? You want to upgrade the starter sword and shield, the Hope Sword, since it has now below sharpness, which is one of the most important benchmarks. I will briefly explain. Each sharpness level has a damage modifier. Yellow has none. Green gives you a 5% extra damage boost, and blue sharpness gives you 20% on all of your raw attack hits. So if you drop your sharpness, now you want to try to get back to blue sooner than later. We then turn our attention towards the earliest high rank monster, Kutku. Welcome back, Burb Dragon, you have been dearly missed. Armor parts now split into alpha and beta parts, with alpha having more skills but less slots, and vice versa. You want to craft the beta chest from him, as well as the alpha arms and the alpha waist. You will get a few points of agitator that way, which increases your attack and affinity whenever a monster is enraged. If you previously grinded the Odogaron set, you still have the head and legs for 1 skill point of burst and the 2-piece set bonus. You can already slot in any decos that you might have gotten, and afterwards please try to grab the Kongalala beta legs for our latest set. Quick editor's note! For Kutku, you might have to progress slightly further into the game, because shortly after fighting the first Yearn Kutku, you will obtain the optional quest for the Frenzied Yearn Kutku, but sadly not for the regular one, which is what we're gonna need for the armor set, so don't get confused. Once you got access to the high rank Ice Shard Cliffs map, you can mine even more, and we can grab yet another weapon upgrade, the Iron Beta number 3. With 190 raw and below sharpness, this is a massive upgrade from our previous weapon choice, and you will definitely notice the damage upgrade. You will keep this weapon for the rest of the story until we get to the end game. And not too long after, you will already have to fight against a high rank Guardian Fulgur Anjanath and Lala Barina. We want to fight the Fulgur Anjanath a few times for 4 pieces of his set. This will also be our only rare item in the entire progression guide, but I made sure this set can easily stay until the end of the story, while also being great for transitioning into the endgame. You want to craft the better helm and the better chest, as well as the alpha arms and the alpha waist. This combination gives you 3 points of agitator as well as maximum might 3, which gives you 30% crit after staying at maximum stamina for at least 2 seconds. But the Anjanath set bonus gives you another stamina bar, which doesn't count towards the lost stamina required to disable maximum might, making it very easy to keep it up for almost all of the times. Now on top of that, equip the previously crafted Kongolala legs, and you will gain that Burst 1 skill, which gives even more easy attack buffs. These are also all high rank armor parts which you can further upgrade for defense to make sure you will not immediately card the second you fight a tempered monster. This gear setup will carry you through the rest of this story. If you get your hands on the monster heart bones, you might as well upgrade to the Hope Sword 5 for some extra white sharpness instead of blue, but it's not as big of a deal. After you finish the main story, we have yet another upgrade to grab. Either the last stage of our starter sword and shield or the Quematrix sword and shield, which has a ton of blue, 240 raw and 3 points of offensive guard innately. Both are great options at the start of our endgame grind and only require you to hunt the weakest tempered monsters. Once you have hunted a few tempered apex monsters or tempered Arkveld, you want to craft the Ajara Khan sword and shield, which is the overall best all-rounder sword and shield that isn't an Arshan weapon. From here, I would kindly refer you to both my Arshan guide and Endgame Sets guide to give you a great idea how you should flesh out your gear even further, which skills to focus on, as well as how to get into the Arshan weapon crafting process. Both videos combined are roughly another 10 minutes, and it's simple to jump back into them at any given time. But as always, feel free to ask me anything you want in the comments or during one of my live streams. If you found this progression guide to be helpful, make sure to subscribe for future informative videos, as well as guides, speedruns, challenge runs, and in general, I'd be glad if you were to refer this video to anybody you might know who just started playing Monster Hunter Wilds and is looking for a bit of guidance. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching the video. I'm super glad to have you all here, and I will see you in one of my next videos or live streams. Take care, my friends, stay healthy, and until then, bye bye.